talks. So the first speaker that we have is Eugene Seah. Eugene started his career 16 years ago. Due to a series of events, which he will talk about, I'm sure. He's now an individual corporate personal branding coach. Now, I know Eugene personally from way back, and actually we were having just met, I think not met for 11 years now. So I was really thankful that, when I approached him, he was open to come in to share some of his experience with us. Eugene is somebody I think embodies humility and confidence. And whilst the two attributes seem to be quite opposite, I think he's someone I really learn, how you can be confident while being humble as well. So I will leave him to introduce his journey with all of you. So Eugene.
Thank you. Thank you. Is applause popular here? Later I'll be applauding the other two speakers as well. I just feel that it gives positive energy to the room. Everyone feeling alright? Good? Good? Okay. Any corporate zombies here? No. Okay, the rest of you can leave the room. This is not how to cure yourself, it's how to avoid becoming a corporate zombie. So you can leave the room. Since you're already infected. Okay, just joking. I was a corporate zombie, but what does zombie mean in the first place? Oh, where's the slide? Or should I? Oh, I see. Sorry. Okay. Zombie. Zombie, what does it mean, zombie? It means someone who moves around, can look at you in the face, but he is dead inside. Last year in August, there was a news. Who read this piece of news in Straits Times last year? Oh, the corporate zombie. Did it resonate with you? We're a bit too sensitive, this question. So are you a zombie employee? I didn't make this up. This is a real research done in Singapore among many companies, both large and small, and this is what they found. Over half of Singapore companies have corporate zombies. And if you read further, this is what it says. Corporate zombie basically means that the employees have inner resignation. They haven't typed out their resignation letter yet, but inside them, they already resigned. That's why when you lead certain meetings and you ask any ideas, they are not actually thinking of ideas. They are thinking about when is lunchtime? When is tea break? Why is that guy asking question? And lengthening the meeting. So these are the common symptoms of a corporate zombie. And 57%, by the way, is the average of large and small companies. We all know large company, and the percentage is even higher. 68% of medium to larger companies say they have corporate zombies. How do you feel looking at this news? Are you fearful?
Not surprised at all.
Over there?
Not surprised at all.
Not surprised at all. Sometimes when we look around us, on the left, someone is checking Facebook. On the right, someone is planning his next holiday. And you're thinking like, it's office hours, isn't it? These people, I won't ask you to raise your hand. These people are using company resources to plan their personal life. And I confess I was one of them. That's why my title says ex-corporate zombie. Let's read further. These people are emotionally disconnected from the company and the people they work with. Personally, I feel it's very sad. It's very sad that once upon a time, you had grand dreams of life, but something sucked the energy out of you. I graduated in 2001. Okay, this is obviously not 2001, but I graduated in 2001, and I had grand dreams. I didn't have the ambition of becoming a corporate zombie. Quite the opposite. I wanted to change the world. I wanted to impact society. I wanted to add to the bottom line of the company I joined. It was a financial company. I shan't name it here. But I wanted to make a difference. But somewhere along the line, I got promoted to senior executive, then to assistant vice president, then to vice president, then to director. And every single time I was promoted, something replaced my desire to learn. And that something is called money. Money gradually became my motivational force for being, for working. That every Monday I dragged myself out of bed to enter the company because of money. I'm not saying you should take money away, but when that happens, that money becomes the chief driving force of my reason for going to work, then I slowly lost interest. Then when the managing director asked, do you have any ideas? In my mind, I have ideas, but I refuse to speak up. Because I'm thinking, what will others say about me? You'll think that I'm lengthening the meeting unnecessarily. So I decided to keep quiet. And gradually, I had no more ideas. I didn't even have any ideas popping into my head. And when someone said, hey, let's brainstorm, and in my mind I'm thinking, when is lunchtime? Oh, yesterday I had chicken rice. Today I think, let's try nasi lemak. Oh, last year I went to Osaka. This year maybe let's plan something for Tokyo. Nothing to do with my job at all. That was me. And we call it inner resignation. Why didn't I have external resignation? The reason is simple. I have 3 kids. My wife is a homemaker. There's no way on earth am I going to physically resign. So might as well inner resign, because the money will still keep rolling into my bank account. This is very sad, and I could have stayed like this forever, but thankfully, I have 3 very bubbly kids. Who has kids here? Don't you find kids full of energy? A bit too much energy? Kids full of zest, full of natural curiosity. They don't need bribes or threats to learn. They are naturally curious. I'm bringing my children just downstairs, and when they see a mimosa, they stop and they touch. Whereas adults don't even see the mimosa. So these are my children. And they reminded me what life is like. Life is full of zest. Life is full of growth. Life is full of learning. And in stark contrast to my children, I suddenly realized that I was dead. Yes, I'm walking around, I'm looking, I'm smiling with very fake smiles, but I was dead inside already. I can't even remember what was my original dream when I graduated. I had become a corporate zombie. Thankfully, my children remind me that there's more to life, and therefore I had to do something about it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share my own idea of how to avoid becoming a corporate zombie. This is from my own experience. Let me give a disclaimer. In the financial institutions, there are disclaimers all the time, usually in font 9. But right now, I want to give a disclaimer in font 20. Not everything I share will resonate with you, because all of us have different backgrounds. But I hope that at least one of the 7 ideas I share with you will resonate with you. And please make a mental note, or key it into your phone, or even feel free to take a picture, so that you avoid becoming infected. Some people avoid getting cancer. Some only start to eat healthy when they get cancer. So I hope you belong to the first group, not the second group. Are you ready to begin? The 7 tips. Yes? Wonderful. It starts with M. What is it? Obviously not money by now. That much is clear. It is called meaning. Meaning. Does this word have any meaning to you? That we should find meaning in work, without which work becomes meaningless, and it's all about money. And this meaning for some people is money. They say, no, it is very meaningful to work for money, because money feeds my family. Money pays my bills. So hold that thought. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Can you layer on that meaning with some other meanings? I'm about to share 7 meanings, and the first is called mastery. When I look at my children, I suddenly realize something. I want to improve my skills. And therefore, I turn on a switch in my mind. When I step into the office, I told myself, today, I want to be a better version of myself than yesterday. No one else in my company can help me. My managing director cannot help me. My parents cannot help me. Only me. I can help me. I will decide that today I will learn something new. I will hone my skill. I've always been in marketing and communications, including public relations, corporate access, investor relations. You name it, everything under the sun related to communications, I've done it. But I'm just not good enough. I want to continue attending courses. Most of the time, my colleagues have to be forced to go for courses. They say, I'm busy. If I go for a 2-day course and I come back, I have a ton of emails waiting for me. Does this resonate with you? But for me, I say, when is the next course? I want to learn. I want to learn beyond my minimum requirement. I want to learn. So this is mastery. Second is exploration. Every time someone says, any volunteers for this project? Something weird happened to me. I raise my hand. Anyone here has volunteered anything for? Oh, surprise. Did you volunteer for your role? Let's talk over coffee. So, can I encourage all of us to at least consider volunteering? One day, my CEO came to me. He's currently the UOB chairman. He came to me and said, Eugene, can you volunteer for a project called the Bull Charge? Heard of it? The Bull Charge? Where people are dressed up in shirt and pants and in a tie and they run around the financial district to raise funds. And I raised my hand and said, yes, I will take charge of the Bull Charge. Wow, that completely changed my year. Because that year, I got to connect with a lot of other colleagues from other departments. That year, I got to connect with remisiers and brokers. That year, I grew up. And I didn't become a corporate zombie just that year. And altruism. This project led me to something called altruism. Does this word look big to you? When we say altruism, usually who appears in our mind? Mother Teresa, perhaps? Right? So we feel we are far away from Mother Teresa. There's nowhere we are near Mother Teresa. Why talk about altruism when we're working in a financial institution? By the way, I'm not allowed to name your company. There's a rule. Why? Why separate ourselves from Mother Teresa? Once upon a time, she also was just a normal teenager. Any one of us can become our own little version of Mother Teresa, if we choose to. So that year when I volunteered for the Bull Charge, I became a mini altruism ambassador. Just a mini one. I helped raise funds for some children in Club Rainbow and Minds, the movement for the intellectually disabled. And that year, I was alive. I felt alive. So that's altruism. And nurturing. When a new colleague steps in, you have a few responses, isn't it? Number one, avoid the person. Number two, pretend to connect with the person. Or, number three, you can choose to nurture the person. Even if the person doesn't report directly to you. Does this resonate with you? Has anyone nurtured you, coached you, mentored you, despite not directly supervising you? Anyone has been through this? Please raise your hand. Wonderful, look around you. You are truly blessed. Someone bothered to care about you even though he had no personal stake in it, isn't it? So can we be as generous as them? Can we also share this nurturing spirit with others who have stepped in? I'm not sure about the turnover rate here, but I've spoken in enough places to know that it is very, very high among the younger generation. The first 6 months when people step in, they haven't really stepped in yet. They are making decisions. Should I stay or should I go? And when you stop nurturing them, money alone will not keep them back. They're happy to leave anytime. And then your company culture gets impacted. So why not be generous and please start nurturing anyone, not just your direct subordinates. Impact. When I say impact, I'm not talking about impacting the world anymore. Are you impacting the company bottom line? Who has heard of the phrase intrapreneurship? Intra, not entre. Intrapreneurship? No one? Let me share with you what's intrapreneurship. Essentially, that is the mindset of an entrepreneur without leaving your job. Why do you need to leave your job just to become an entrepreneur? It's ridiculous, isn't it? An entrepreneur doesn't get a single cent until a few years later. You can become an entrepreneur right now without... Just adopt the mindset of an entrepreneur. Start thinking of this company as having been founded by you. Why not? It's all in your mind. So every decision you make, you think, I'm the CEO. Don't sign any check, by the way. But at least you can think, will it impact my bottom line? Will it lead to more top-line growth? Why not think like that? Who's stopping you from thinking like that? So the year I decided to think like that, I got promoted. And sadly, you already know the story. Once I got promoted, I stopped thinking like that. It's very sad. Life is full of ups and downs. But at least try. Because you think about it, when you go to a hospital, if you see up and down, this means the person is alive. And when you don't see up and down, it means that you are dead. So it's fine. Don't feel guilty about it. Life is full of ups and downs. So the year I decided to be more proactive, I got promoted. The moment I got promoted, I stopped becoming more proactive. It's sad. Okay, I hope that doesn't happen to you. Before I move on, I would like to survey first, do a survey. Who has at least found one idea that you can internalize for yourself? Just one. Thank you, thank you. Please don't feel obligated to raise your hand, by the way. I really hope that out of the 5 I've shared so far, at least one resonate with you. And it will be such a waste if today you have spent time away from your emails, away from your meetings to sit here and learn nothing, isn't it? And change nothing. It will be such a pity. So let's at least change one thing. Okay? Steal something for yourself. I hope it's something related to altruism. And start changing the world. Now, let me move on to the last two. And I would like to share a bit of my story. New beginnings. In 2011, I had a new beginning. I decided to move my entire family to Hong Kong. Who has ever worked overseas or is working overseas right now? Wonderful. I didn't work overseas for much of my life until 2011. And then I started feeling hungry. Hungry to broaden my horizon. So that year, I moved 3 kids and my homemaker wife away from my in-laws, which I love my in-laws, by the way. Away from my in-laws, away from help, into a total foreign territory. And we had to fend for ourselves all over again, without any external help. It was scary, but wow, I will never trade it for the world. It's lovely. We felt alive every day, learning new culture, eating new food, making new friends, living in a new house, working in a new company at the time. So when I say new beginning, don't think of new company, because this is after all here. But think of a new department, a new role maybe, a new volunteerism project, anything new, just to spice up your life again and stimulate your brain and your juices. So for me, I chose to do something extreme and move overseas. Then in 2013, just about 2 years later, another major change happened to my life. That company kicked me out. Retrenchment happened. So I moved my 3 kids and my homemaker wife back to Singapore. And a lot of my friends asked me, I thought you went to broaden your horizon, why are you back? And I told them a lie. Oh, I didn't like it there. I didn't even dare to tell people that I was retrenched. I felt that it was a dirty word. I can go on and on about my retrenchment story, but this is a story for another day. Let me now move on to new beginnings. That it doesn't have to be forced upon you. It doesn't have to. You can choose. You can choose to have new beginnings every day. Just volunteer. Or if you feel you have stayed long enough in your current department, hopefully your department head is not here, speak to HR. Right, speak to HR. Why not? Why not? Spice up your life. Learn a new skill. Move to a new country. Start a new beginning for yourself without the dirty R word. Is it possible? And if you do that, when you do that, the G happens. What is G? Growth, thank you. Do you see my slides? Growth. Growth. Let that word sink into our life for a while. Growth. What separates a pebble from a seed? Is it the size? Isn't it about the same size? It's growth, isn't it? That if you wait for a few months, nothing happens to the pebble, but a lot happens to the seed. So are we a pebble or are we a seed? Some of us have become pebbles. Corporate zombies. Probably not you, since you are here. Corporate zombies are not here. They're thinking, why should I spend time and listening to some guy talk? I've had enough. I want to go home. So you are all not corporate zombies. Please avoid becoming infected by growing. And you have to volunteer. You have to master your skills in order to grow. Have a new beginning in order to grow. Ever since I decided to grow, a lot of things have happened. I've spoken all over the world. Shanghai, Hong Kong, Taiwan. I've brought my son on board all 5 of Star Cruises to train their crew. That was one of the best times we had. It's really amazing. Can you imagine bringing your child to work with you? Oh, that was a lovely, lovely time. And I've gone on TV to share my story, newspaper, Chinese radio, English radio. And this year, I decided to grow by becoming an author. I've never written a single book in my life. Anyone here already has written a book? No? Really? Who has dreams of writing a book? Awesome, awesome. Okay, shall we all journey together? Here's a piece of good news for you. I have not yet published my book. I'm halfway through. So there's hope for you to catch up. Just start writing today. Start from the very first sentence. Why not? What is stopping you? What is stopping you? Yourself, isn't it? No more excuses. No one is stopping you. Okay, not your children. I know you're thinking about children. My children are stopping me. No, no, no. Not my husband. No. Not my job. No excuses. I've met Paralympic athletes, people without hands and legs, winning gold medals for Singapore. Born without hands and legs, international speaker, climbing mountain. So stop all the excuses. We can grow the moment we decide to. We can write a book the moment we decide to. I would like to give this book to you, not the hard copy, but the soft copy. I encourage you, if so far what I've said resonates with you, please feel free to take a picture and visit my website, eugeneseah.com. And you cannot download the book yet, I'm not done. But at least I will have your email and I will email you the PDF once I'm published. And by doing so, you're keeping me accountable that I should not procrastinate anymore. I should continue writing a new chapter every week. Okay, are you willing to encourage me and support me in this journey? My final words for you, before I sit down, not before I die, but my final words is, if you want to avoid becoming a corporate zombie, then you need to find meaning in your work and start growing. Thank you.